Right, down at the club, a little bit late out. I'd like to be normally earlier than this, about 8 o'clock now, but it is what it is. A little bit more breeze than I'd hoped for, sort of mid-April. Anyhow, loaded the boat up. A lot on there, isn't there? Yeah. So, things to do. I put my batteries on, or my number 2 battery at the moment, and kick that engine up. And also, let's put that bung in. A little bit of garbage come out of there, but there we go. So check that bung's gone in okay, which it has. I've got my fuel. No one can say I haven't got enough fuel there. Now I don't know what I'm going to do. I've plugged my tank in, and always carry plenty of fuel, more than you think you need. At least the tank more actually. And okay, small weight on the boat, but do you know what? In 25 years I've never run out of fuel, and I never intend to. So we've got the sea gates open over here. You can see those. Half open I should say, that's all I need. I'm going to launch on this right hand slipway. And as I say, everything's loaded up, got my waders out. Ready to put those on. And just going to put the car away. So I'll be back to you when I've done that. Okay, so took the chocks out off the wheels, took the lock off. Just going to drop my jockey wheel a little bit. That'll do. Now on my boat, I don't have a sand hopper. I'll show you one, because I know my mate's got one over here. So let's walk over. And what I mean by that is that wheel there. And what happens is, when you get it in position, you drop the jockey wheel, and it drops down onto that wheel. So as long as your boat is straight, hopefully go straight down the slipway. Now I've got one, just haven't got around to fitting it. When I do, I'll do a little film on that. But anyway, I've got a good strong jockey wheel, so I've launched it about 6 years now on this jockey wheel. Still going strong, so I know what I'm doing. Now it's quite hard work, although I've got an aluminium trailer. Boat's still heavy, so I should be blowing out my hoop in a minute, pushing this boat round. But when I do, I'll get it in position, I'll set the camera up, and I'll show you me dropping it down the slipway. When I do, I'll get it off the trailer. I'm going to just stick an anchor out, because I'm on my own, so I haven't got anyone to hold the boat. So I'll just stick my front anchor out, set it in the tide down there. There's not a lot running at low water here. Still ebbing, by the look of it. Looks like it's still ebbing. It might be on slack. Anyway, whatever. There's a little bit of a lee in the tide down there, so I'll hopefully just sit the boat down there. I'll show this slipway while I'm here. There we go. Long way down at the moment. As I say, low water. So yeah, I shall drop it down there. It needs a bit of speed when it hits that shingle, so you just got to be very, very careful. Still a controlled drop. We've got a brake down here on these fabulous winches there, like an industrial winch. There's the brake, foot brake there. Huge shoe. So there's a lot of braking power there, so you feather that brake, otherwise you'll shoot that boat off the trailer. Another thing, I can make sure that my winch strap is on the lock position and not free fall, but also we'll go around and show you, moving around a bit today. Always, but always have an extra form of safety. So that's going around my post, connected to my bow ring there. So should anything slip, that's an extra form just to stop that boat shooting off that trailer. And obviously it's a public beach there, we've got to be very, very careful launching. We do not want any accidents. Right, let's get going before the day gets eaten up and there's fish to be caught. Whew. dropped off a little bit there at the end, but it's fine. No, not another winch, so I feel people hearing that happen. That's the good thing about having the sand hopper when not getting it fitted. It will go straight, but you can see the issue is it can hit some of this real soft stuff. Another patch of it here, but and it just kicks the boat off. So I mean, there's a hole here, nasty one. Those sort of things kick the boat out of the way, but anyhow, she's in enough. So let's push her off the trailer and get launched. Well, you can see over my shoulder there, sits nicely in that tide. Got my spare anchor out there, and she just sits there while I take my trailer back. All you got to watch out for, these boats like this coming in quite shallow, and if they're fast, they create wash, and we can pick that anchor up and send the boat out. So you have to be aware of that, but they're usually pretty good. Usually. Okay, well, there he goes. He slowed right down for me, that fella. He's a club boat actually, good lad. So, next thing, if you watch that outboard, I'll just drop that, fire the engine up. On these Suzukis, you turn the key once. When that beep stops, needle goes round, told me I've done over 500 hours on this engine. One turn, lovely, I love Suzukis. One turn, then it starts. And make sure you've got water pumping out of that tail, like so. Just in case you didn't hear me then, because I got a bit close, but water pumping out the tail. And then I shall go around the front of the boat, jump on board, climb around, and off we go. Give that engine about 5 minutes just to let it warm up, let all the oil get around it, and then we'll be on our way. Right, electrics are on, just starting up. There's the slipway behind us. Outboard's been ticking over for at least a good 5 minutes, so I'm just going to kick in the gear nice and slowly and head out the harbour. So there's a 10 knot limit here in Langston, should be abided by. They finally addressed the jet ski issues we've had here. Wasn't good, you know, some of them were really dangerous, especially inshore, showing off and that lot, and there was kids swimming, and I saw one near miss, and that was not good. So yeah, they've addressed that, thankfully. Some of the charters still, and some of the bigger boats still go a little bit fast. Now the problem with that is the wash they create. As I say, it can cause real issues, you know, slam your boat up and down on the trailer and chip your gel coat. Guy yesterday, funny enough, went to launch, had to hold on to his boat and ripped his back quite badly. He had to sack the day and put the boat back in, and that was it. Well, that ain't no fun for anyone, is it? And also, you know, where does that leave the big boat that caused that wash coming in and going too fast? You know, he could be culpable for that, possibly. So yeah, you don't really want that. The wind is westerly. I was hoping there's a bit more north in it, which is what was forecast. Obviously here on the south coast, Langston I'm coming out of, Langston Harbour, you see it behind me there. We've got Hailing that side, that's the Portsmouth side, that's Eastney. And yeah, basically what you want here on the south coast really is northerlies are ideal, because they take a bit of the edge off. As it comes over the land, it's already took a bit of edge off it. We've got Portsdown Hill over the back there, and then Butser beyond that, so they can take a bit of the edge off that wind if it's northerly. Southerlies not too bad, and they're not too strong. Easterlies we don't want, and westerlies again we don't really want them. If they're light, they're fine. Any wind direction if it's light is okay. You know, I'm on about force 1s and 2s, they're perfect. Even a 3, stiff 3 in an easterly, yeah, it can be against tide, that can be really unpleasant. So today, as I say, westerly, not too bad. Right, enough of that, let's get out, because we're heading towards the neck of the harbour now. Let's get going. Right, I've got a GoPro on my head and a water wolf here. So, let's see if I can film what goes on when I drift a mackerel over the seabed. Now, this could all turn into some horrible cluster, but on the other hand, it might not. So, first things first. Actually, first things first, I'll tell you what, I can afford to drop 2 rods down, I feel. This one has a good old-fashioned sidewinder on it. Hit the bottom, 1, 2 turns up, flicker on, back drag off, quite tight because I don't mind that being tight. Right, now am I recording, I say to myself? Yes I am. Go back on the head. And here we go. So there's the setup. I've got a weight. I've got that water wolf. Quite a bit of weed in the water. I don't think that's going to be good, but I'm going to try to gently lower that. With a bit of luck, that's where I want it to be. Just coming into the zone now. Will I get a take? I've gone over to the normal microphone on the GoPro, so I don't know if you can hear me. Bought a specific microphone for this, and it ain't that much. I'm not going to lie. Right, now if we're going to get a take, I would expect one any time now. We are fair whacking along at the right speed. Nothing on this take, on this drifter even. Right then, so let's reel this up and see whether this was tangled. Hopefully not. No idea how coloured that water is down there. It's pretty coloured up here. That doesn't seem to matter when we fish this particular area. We seem to get fish whether it's got colour in the water or not. So what the camera sees is another matter. But I shall leave that recording. Oh, that looks like a bit of a... That wouldn't have been ideal, would it? Let's face it. I might have to reconsider how I'm rigging this up, by the way. But yeah, that's I don't know, that's not a lot to say about that other than it's a cluster. But look, these things are all trial and error, and I do like to give things a go. As I say, I may have to revise that because that was pretty pretty messed up. Wouldn't have thought that would have shown much, to be fair. So I might have to come back to that, but I'll give it another drop once I've untangled it. Anyway, turn the camera off. Let's go back round again. Well, the water wolf setup was rather unsuccessful, so let's just try a drift with a sidewinder. See how we go. So drop down to the bottom. Got quite a big weight on because there's a lot of tide, so I've got to take that down. So she's on bottom now. There we go. So all I'll do is lift off the bottom gently, take take that clicker off again. So raise and lower just gently. I just want to make sure I'm just, there we go, I've hit the bottom again, just literally flirting with the bottom. There we go, flirting with the bottom. There we go, fish straight on, bang. I thought I felt a couple of taps, there we have it. There we go, no messing around, fish on, first drift. There we go. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. Just wanted to know these fish were here. Now I'd love to have got a footage of bass hitting a lure or something, so I do need to suss out how to set that GoPro. Oh, it's going nicely. Lovely, should be really nice fit healthy fish this time of year. Give me a good fight, they always do on light gear, and when you're drifting, far more of a sporting fight than winter time when down he goes again. Far more of a better fight than winter when you've got like a heavy sort of pound lead and running ledge you're on. They don't seem to fight well, but this time of year they go like stink. Here we go, here we go. And another dive. So I've got my net there. I might lift this fish. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna lift it. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit. And there we go. There we go, look at that. Lovely bass. I'm allowed to take 2 this time of year. And how's that? How's that for the first fish? Just a blue and white sidewinder, fabulously up there. Get my T-bar. Pop that hook out easily. He says, there it is, just find the hook first wane. There we go, came out piece of cake. And do you know what? There's a lovely, lovely fish there. See how big it is alongside a big T-bar. You, my friend, it's your lucky day, because you can go straight back. So don't spike me, please. Oh, I know. Right. Okay. Let's get him under his gill plate. It won't hurt him. More quick lift. Here we go. Right, and there we go. Watch this. Wallop. Ta-da, mate. He's gone. Quick washing the hands. Now then, I need to get this water wall set up, because I want to see a bass hit a lure. Here we go. Right, let's bring this on up and see what catastrophe it's in, shall we? If this doesn't work, I will have to think of a new way of rigging. Really want to see what the score is down there. I'll tell you what, look, that will work, I feel. That will work. I don't think there was much wrong with that drift, other than it didn't get a hit, but okay. Bring this one up and we'll go around again. Well, I've come away from drifting for the bass, and I've come and anchored up inshore up towards Littlehampton. Big tide today, big tide, and I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to fish here, because it's a serious tide. Just untangle that. There's me rig. There's the ground we're on anyway, kind of all sorts of life down there. But yeah, so the target is black bream, an early one. Nice big one would be good, and whatever else comes up. Not too many dogs and eels would be good, but there you go. Anywho, that's my setup. I'll show you that later. There we go. First bream of the year. Butlins over there in the background. Beautiful cockfish. Oh, I've got hold of him. No. He's coming home for dinner. Handsome fish. They really are. I love black bream. And yeah, I'm gonna, as I say, take him home for the barbecue. So lovely. That'll do for a start. That'll do. There's the second fish worth talking about today. Beautiful male cuckoo wrasse. Look at the colours on him. Stunning fish. Lovely. They don't get big, but man, are they pretty. They will look out of place in an aquarium. Lovely fish. Let's get him back. Lovely day today. Mid-April. So warm. It's really nice. Tide is a bit big, but yeah, I'd rather be out here sitting on the boat than wondering what it would have been like. And I've had, you know, a few fish. So some couple of bass earlier, and black bream, cuckoo wrasse, dogs, eels, and I reckon I might have about another hour before that tide really gets away. Still getting bites, so yeah, fingers crossed. Keep saying fingers crossed, don't I? Should stop saying that. Yeah, but it is fingers crossed. Come on, it's fishing, isn't it? Want to catch? I really want to catch. Just starting to get a bit overcast here and there. Sounds it's a lovely day. Still warm though. Still crackingly warm. I've got some bites developing on my end rod. Looks ominously conger-like. But there you go. Still a nice day though. Right, let's see what's on the end. Right, well, that was the last fish of the day, and it was a conger. Unfortunately, I had a bit of bad news at home, which I had to get back to ASAP, so it cut the day short. On a more positive note, the underwater footage I thought was all right. You know, it showed a few of those bass coming to the bait, which I really, you know, I found really interesting. So yeah, I should persevere with that a bit more. If you want to see more films, tune in, because I will be doing a lot more fishing in the forthcoming weeks, weather allowing. So I'm getting the hang of this editing lark, I think. Yeah, so stay tuned, and I'll fire as many films up as I can, and hopefully some of them will be of interest to you. Anyhow, take care and tight lines.